Check, check, 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Really?
Yeah, I can't hear it on here. Volume is not muted on that.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
try talking to that.
Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2.
Perfect. All right. Good.
Seems
That's
to
the
work.
That's the biggest concern.
Seems to work.
The Rick Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rick Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rick also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rick Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Evelyn. Check them out today. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram or shop online at ironrange.shop, and good luck to all the players. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey and wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. For all your heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration needs in the Grand Rapids area, call Tony from Anthony's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration at 218-256-1092 or find them on Facebook at Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, LLC. G&B Environmental specializes in proactive air and water filtration services, HVAC coil protection, cottonwood screen insulation for cooling units, UV light air purification systems, and electrostatic disinfectant spraying for COVID-19 and other contagions. Give them a call at 1-800-466-2018 or visit gbenvironmental.com. Winnie Trading Post is your one-stop shop on the way to the lake. Located 12 miles north of Deer River on Highway 46 by Lake Winnebagosh, Winnie Trading Post offers gas, food, bait, propane, and everything in between. Find them on Facebook by searching Winnie Trading Post or stop by on your next trip to the lake.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2021 Minnesota Hockey Peewee North Regional here in Virginia. We are ready for our second place game between Moorhead and East Grand Forks. The winner advances to the Peewee North, the Peewee State Tournament as a number 2 seed out of this region. East Grand Forks lost to Hibbing Chisholm in the championship game earlier this morning by a score of 6-3. And Moorhead beat Alexandria to advance to this game 6-4. And again, the winner heading to the state tournament in Monticello next week for the Peewee State Tournament. Joining me this afternoon for this game is Michael Galley. back with me again. Mike, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm back and I'm hungry for more.
One more game here. One more last official tournament game played in this facility. Again, they'll be tearing this facility down. The Miners Memorial Building later on this spring, early this summer. So this is the last official game here, and
It'll be an end of an era, won't it?
definitely an end of their era here with a lot of history.
Lots of history and memories made in this building.
And we are underway. Winner heads to Monticello next week to the Peewee State Tournament. Moorhead and East Grand Forks battling it out here today. Spuds move it in here right away. Jaden Evanstad with a shot right on. And a save by goaltender Chasen Baseflug for the Green Wave. He had a lot of big saves in that game earlier today against Hibbing Chisholm.
He did. Both goalies, I think, really played some of the best games of hockey in their lives, really.
Hudson Ferry had some big saves against Alexandria in their win to get to this game. All right, it comes out to center ice, and Moorhead will pick it up back in their own end ice. Finn Paulson back in the corner. East Grand Forks trying to keep it back deep in the Moorhead zone. And moves ahead by Mellenbrook. Shot and a goal right away. Moorhead gives up the early goal here to East Grand Forks. Just like that, 14 seconds, 14 left here in the first period. And East Grand Forks, Nolan Mellenbrook puts the Green Wave up 1-0.
Yeah, a goal this early in the game with this type of game, that's huge momentum decider right there.
Just 46 seconds into the game. Nolan Mellebrook getting the goal. Back over on the other side, Jonas Shulman trying to send it out here is moved ahead by Tyler Gast. Now it's picked up by the Green Wave, Max Beese. And now it's taken away by Braden Camry. Or Kwame sends it back in here. On goal. And we get a whistle. Our first penalty is coming up, a checking penalty. And that's going to put East Grand Forks on the power play. Now it's Beast sending it back over here to Schneedeberg, sending it ahead. And this is going to be an icing, is going to be the call. And now East Grand Forks trying to send it back in with Jace Chupka. He'll send it in deep. Coming out to center ice with it. Moving out to number 16. Cutter sends it back in here to the East Grand Forks end. Moved ahead of Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg's going to go back in his own end to pick this up. Schmiedeberg trying to move it up here on the boards up to Chupka. And now it's turned back the other way as William Bangy brings it back in here. Back around the boards, Max Beast sends it around down the other side. And it's fired out to center ice. Brought in here by Gavin Rude. Touches it, and now it's picked up by number 59, Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg back in the half wall here. Schmiedeberg going back on the other side over to Coulter. Shot in front. And a save by Hudson Ferry. Schmiedeberg goes over on the other side over to Brett Road. And Bradford sends a shot on Ferry. Another save. Just underway here in the first period. Moorhead trailing the Green Wave 1-0. 12-13 to go here in the first. Backhand shot by Coulter. And moved in. Shot. High shot over the top of the net by Weston Bratrud. 20 seconds left on the Green Wave power play. Dumping it out. Moorhead sends it right on net. And it's picked up by Bratrud. Bratrud goes up on the middle of the ice up to Coulter. Coulter sending it back in. Coulter brings it back, keeps that puck. Coulter moves it around, bigs it back here to Lovejoy. Lovejoy with a big shot from the point. And Hudson Ferry with the save. Both teams are back at full strength.
I have to say Moorhead's penalty kill did a pretty good job at killing that penalty off. East Grand Forks didn't get too many chances there.
And now it's behind the net with picked up by 47. Chupka had a chance trying to send it towards the front of the net and bring it back the other way is Cutter. Now it's paced up by Panzer. Panzer sends it back in. Panzer now picks up behind the net. Panzer working it to Chupka. Chupka behind the net now, keeping it and leaves it back for Mellebrook. Mellebrook now to Chupka. Back to the point to Beast. Beast sends in. Clings off the goal pipe. Goes in the corner. And now it comes out to center ice. Race for it, and it's picked up by Schmiedeberg. He's going to get control of this and move it out to center ice. Spuds will send it back in with John Owen. In the corner, Seamus Campbell trying to pick that puck, and Schmiedeberg is going to come out, keep it out to center ice. Racing in, East Grand trying to get to that puck, but it is too far on the icing. 10:18 left here in the first period of play. East Grand Forks 1 and Moorhead 0. Back is Lovejoy around the net. Lovejoy brings it out to center ice. Getting it up here to Caribou. Caribou bringing it back in here. Caribou sends it back to the point. Shot gets blocked down. Weston Bratrud's shot back the other way comes Moorhead. Campbell. Now it's moved ahead by Lovejoy. Lovejoy brings it out to center ice and knocks it up to Freeze. Back in there is Carlson behind the net. Carlson moving up along the board to Bangi. Moorhead will move it out to center and back in for Lovejoy. Moves it back in here. Lovejoy skating around, sending it through the crease area. Nobody home for the Green Wave. And Moorhead will try to move out. Schmiedeberg sends a shot in again from the point. Moorhead's going to bring it in here with Chandler. Now Chandler in the front of the net, trying to go to the backhand. And had a chance. Chandler now out front for 7. That's Evanstead. Evanstead with it, trying to get in the corner. Now moving up here is Gavin Rude. He'll bring it through center ice. Rude skating it back in here. Rude and there's a shot in front. Rude right and front for Gavin Rude. And he buries it for the 2-0 lead for East Grand Forks. .8:42 to go here in the first period of play. And Gavin Rude gets the goal for the Green Wave. Comes out to center ice. Trying to move it back in here is Cutter. Cutter with the shot right on. And a big save for Chasen Baseflug. Brad Root sends it up along the boards, and it's picked up by number 48. Moving in is Mellabrook. Mellabrook now skating in is Chupka. Back over on the other side, fired in by Lovejoy. Hits traffic through. Lovejoy trying to hold it in as it comes out back into the Green Wave, and it's picked up by Bratrud. Now it's Moorhead moving along the boards. Cutter, and now it's picked up by Chupka. Chupka sends it out, trying to get it out here to center, and fired in by Moorhead. And goalie Baseflug is going to hold on to this here for the save. Green Wave trying to move it out here. Bring it out to center was Hudson Caribou. Caribou now picks it up. Shot right on. Blocker save. Goes back in the corner is Brody Johnson. Had a chance at it, and Owen sends it out to center. Now Campbell picks it up and sends it to Owen. Now the Green Wave turning it back the other way. Jace Panzer bringing it back in here. Panzer to the front of the net. Little backhander, and I don't think he was able to get that shot off there. Nice chance for Panzer there in front of the net. Panzer again going over on the other side over to Beast. Beast sending it behind the net. Centering out front, and Moorhead's going to pick this up with Kwame. Moving it back in here. Comes out to center and retreating back his own end of the ice is going to be Paulson. Jace Panzer in there pressuring as well. Sent back in the corner for Mellabrook. Mellabrook going back here to Beast. Now it's Chupka behind the net. Over his Becker leg. And now it comes out to center ice. And picking it up back in his own end of the ice is Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg moves it ahead here to Gavin Rude. Over on the other side and bringing in is number 48. That's Mellabrook. Now Rude helping out. Mellabrook with it in the corner. Centering out front for Rude and picked up. Shot placed in there by number 55, Weston Bratrud. Just missed the net. This is Chupka along the boards, and picking it up now is Mellabrook. Mellebrook behind the net. And he's trying to go back to the point, misses, and back into the green wave end here. Weston Bratrud moving it ahead to Mellebrook. Now it's picked up by Cutter, sending it back in now. Tyler Gass getting to it in front of the net. Little backhand shot by number 15 there, Cale Carey. And a save for Chason Baseflug. Back on the point. Oliver Carlson's shot just goes wide of the net. Cutter behind the net, getting it over to Carey. Now comes back out, bringing it back up is Caribou. Caribou moving it back in here. Caribou sends it behind the net, and Moorhead will get control of it. Moving out is Carey, sending it back in. Now it's taken away by the Green Wave. Now Shulman. Shulman moves it ahead up to Camp Kwame. Kwame trying to move it ahead. Here's Hudson Caribou, and they're fighting for that puck at just almost at center ice here. Now it's picked up by Coulter. Coulter going to move it back in here, and Moorhead gets control. John Owen moves it back into the Green Wave end. Schmiedeberg backhands it to Coulter. Coulter moving it out to center to Jace Panzer. Panzer moving in, gets ridden off the play, and it comes out to center ice. And whistle stoppage of play. 3:34 left here in the first period of play. East Grand Forks 2, Moorhead 0. The winner moves on to the 2021 Minnesota Hockey Peewee A State Tournament. Held in Monticello next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Schmiedeberg, the back in his own end, moves it ahead to Chupka. Chupka moves it up to center, and now it's picked up by Chupka, moving it back in deeper as Brady Steffen had picked it up, and Huteri now comes out to center ice. Moving in is Bangy. Bangy coming in, shot right on, flipped in front, and another big save for Baseflug. He's made some big saves in this tournament this weekend. We'll go over to Evanstead. Evanstead shot, loose puck in front, good chance there, but good defensive play by Cole Schmiedeberg to clear that puck away. Moving it back in, here comes Panzer back in. Panzer trying to go to the front of the net. Had Mellebrook out front. And now it is Max B sending it behind the net. Now Moorhead will move it out with Gast. Sent back in by the Green Wave and in offside. Green Wave get those two early goals, Michael, and after that, things kind of settled down.
Yeah, no, it's definitely turning into somewhat of a back and forth game here. You know, not too many scoring chances from either team.
Sent in here by East Grand Forks, and Moorhead will move it back out. Schmiedeberg, and now it's Gavin Rude, and it's sent in here by Moorhead along the boards, and behind the net is picked up by Steffen. Steffen trying to get some set up here for Moorhead, and coming away with it is Hudson Caribou. Caribou moves up to number 52, Gavin Rude, and back into the Moorhead end. Rude with it. Caribou helping out. right to the front of that. Shot and a goal for East Grand Forks. It's 3-0. And that goal is going to be coming for number 52, Gavin Rude.
Go figure. As soon as we said it calms down, then Grand Forks squeaks another one by.
So East Grand Forks, Gavin Rude, his second goal of the game, second consecutive goal game as well, and puts him up 3-0. Moving back in is Campbell. Campbell, and he gets taken away now by Tucker Lovejoy. Campbell sends it back in here, trying to send it back in, and East Grand Forks sends it out. Racing down in the corner to get it is Caribou. Caribou looking out front. Banzer buries it! Coming off the bench, comes in back door, and Panzer knocks it in. Great pass over to Panzer. That was a big... So that makes it 4-0 now.
Must be something about the start of the period and the end of the period for East Grand Forks, because they've popped two quick ones both at the start and right here at the end.
59.4 seconds left, and it's 4-0 for East Grand Forks. Schmiedeberg works it out here to center ice, and just trying to lead, pass it up to Chupka. Just missed, just not able to get it up to him, and back behind the board beast, over to Schmiedeberg. Now it's picked up by Chandler. Over on the other side, Chupka moves it ahead. Here comes the Green Wave back in here with Mellebrook. Mellebrook sends it back in the corner. And Schmiedeberg has it at center ice. He'll send it, tip it back in, and Moorhead will move it back in here with Beckerlig. Beckerlig along behind the net. 5 seconds left here in the period. And that's going to do it for period number 1. So it's all East Grand Forks after one period of play here in Virginia at the Bree Cupoletti Arena. Yeah, like you said, it was they got those 2 goals early in the period and then 2 goals late in the period.
Yeah, I think the middle part of the period, pretty much, puck just spent most of its time in corners on both ends of the ice. So I think Moorhead could definitely get a few goals this next period, but
so we'll see what happens in period number 2 here. We'll take a couple-minute break, and then we'll be back with live coverage of the second period of the second-place game here in Virginia between East Grand Forks and Moorhead. Green Wave lead the Spuds 4-0. All right, we're ready to go here for second period action. East Grand Forks leading Moorhead 4-0.
Both teams played earlier today, and I think it's kind of showing they both seem to be a little bit gassed.
Yeah, it's always tough when you got to play 2 games in the same day, but so far East Grand Forks is
They're making it work.
making it work because they got the early lead 4-0 here. We'll see if Moorhead can come back here and get a couple goals in this second period. As Cutter sends it back in deep, and it's Tucker Lovejoy working out to center ice. And Panzer just missed on that one, trying to send it across ice as over Taylor Gast moves it back into the East Grand Forks end. Now it's Lovejoy. Lovejoy moving it up here to Mellabrook. Lovejoy has this behind the net. Lovejoy setting up along the boards and picked up by the Green Wave. Panzer moving it out to the blue line. And now Jace Panzer bringing it back in here for the Green Wave. Panzer looking in front as Panzer knows going to pick that puck up as Moorhead's going to bring it back out to Schauman. And now at center, East Grand Forks sends it back in, but this is a icing is the call. 13:41 left in our second period of play. East Grand Forks 4 and Moorhead 0. This is Schmiedeberg behind the net. Schmiedeberg works it out to center ice and skating in is Coulter into the corner. Coulter has it behind the net and moving it to Caribou. Caribou going back to Schmiedeberg on the point. Trying to get it into Coulter, and now it's picked up by Seamus Campbell. Campbell works it up to Owen. Now it's backhanded back in by Mason Freeze back into the corner. Owen sends it out to center and in Kwame. Kwame trying to make a play. Nice defensive play by number 53, Max Beese. Sent back in the corner and it's picked up by Kwame. And now moving it back out here. Caribou, his shot gets blocked down. Moorhead will turn it back the other way. Chandler now. Chandler's got some separation. Trying to make a play, but he's 1-on-3 down there. Now his line mates are able to get in. They had that change. Shot right on. And another save for Chase on base flug. 12:16 to go here in the second period of play. East Grand Forks 4 and Moorhead 0. Backhanded and back out at center ice as Gavin Root sends it back in here. Root at Panzer, and now it's been held in by Schmiedeberg. Comes out to center ice. Weston Bratrud, and now it's moved back in here by Lovejoy. Lovejoy sends it back behind the net to Beckerlig. Now it's Finn Paulson working it here to Chandler. Paulson picks it up. Defending on the play is Bratrud, and Moorhead is going to try to move out. Picked up by Panzer. Panzer shot right on. Loose puck in front. Cleared in the corner here. Now Panzer again. Over Bangy sends it out here for Moorhead. This won't make it for an icing. Lead pass up to Panzer. Panzer going over here to Mellabrook. Now it's Caribou. Caribou carrying it back. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Chupka carrying it back in here. And it's Mellabrook. Now it's back to the point. Back over on the other side, Max Beast sends it back in here. Beast will hold it in. Trying to get it to Chupka in the middle of the ice there. Just missed him. Now it's Mellabrook. Going back to the point to Schmiederberg and a shot on. Loose puck in front. Had a chance at it. Coulter. Coulter moves it around the back of the net. And it is Mellabrook. Mellabrook carrying it out of the corner. Hits the side of the net. And penalty coming up here against the Spuds. So East Grand Forks will be heading back to the power play. See what they can do with this power play here now.
I know earlier this morning, Grand Forks' power play performed very well against Hibbing Chisholm, so we'll see if they can do that against Moorhead here.
Yeah, I think they were 2 for 2 at one point in that game. Panzer to take the draw against Evanstead. Panzer wins that draw. And Gavin Road back to the point. Schmiederberg sends it back in here. And loose puck picked up by Panzer. Panzer to the front of the net. Has 57. Hudson Caribou on the other side. And Moorhead comes out with it. Evanstead working him back in. Evanstead trying to get around Schmiederroad. Schmiederroad picks this up. And he sends it out to center ice. And this is going to be an icing assessed against East Grand Forks. 9:29 to go here in our second period of play. East Grand Forks 4 and Moorhead 0. This is Brad Root at center ice and fired back in here by Huteri.
Grand Forks still has a lot of time left on that power play.
Yeah, 1:21 still left. And it's back over in corner. Gavin Rude. Rude moves it out over here to Caribou. Now to Panzer with a drive right on goal. Saved by Ferry. And another penalty coming up here against the Spuds.
So it'll be 5-on-3 for another minute and 8 seconds, Randy.
Yeah, so great opportunity coming here for East Grand Forks. The 5-on-3 situation.
When you're down by a few goals against a team that has a pretty effective power play, you do not want to take penalties.
And this is going back to Schmiederode on the point here. Schmiederode sends it back over to Chupka. Now to Chupka again. Chuka to the front of the net. Other side, buried by Tucker Lovejoy. Power play goal, and it's 5-0. Well, their power play was pretty good earlier today against Hibbing Chisholm, and now they continue here with another power play goal.
With a minute and 35 seconds still left on the current power play.
Back over on the other side, Lovejoy back over to Schmiederud. Schmiederud setting it in. Had a chance out front for number 48 there. Planted out front was Mellbrook. Now
Yeah, it looked like it
Schmiederud.
just kind of slipped off his stick there in front.
Yeah, good chance there. Yeah, just off the front of his stick. Schmiedeberg with it, and he's going to bring it back out and move ahead too far, trying to get it to Panzer. Just missed on it, and icing is the call. 8:15 left in the second period of play. East Grand Forks 5, Moorhead 0. 109 still left on the power play for the Green Wave. And moving it back in here is Max Beese, and now it's picked up by Moorhead. Behind the net with Schallman. Schallman gets to Evanstad. Gavin Rude, and we get a whistle stoppage of play. Interference. Or I'm sorry, cross-checking is going to be the call against the Green Wave. So Moorhead will be going on a power play here in 37 seconds.
A bit of 4-on-4 hockey for 37 seconds, open up the ice, and then Moorhead's power play will have a chance to see if they can make something happen here.
And this is picked up by Beast. Beast sends it over to Schmiederud. Schmiederud retreats in his own end of the ice and moves it up here to Mellbrook. Mellbrook sending it back in. Now it's picked up by Schallman. Mellbrook trying to get control of it as center on the boards, Carlson, and held in by Max Beast. Beast over to Schmiederud. Schmiederud sends it back in here for Mellbrook. Mellbrook moving it back here. And a shot right on goal by number 50, Jack Coulter. And it is 6-0. So that's going to be officially recorded as a
I believe that was a
shorthanded goal. So power play goals and shorthanded goals. East Grand Forks getting it done so far in this game.
Moorhead still has about a minute and 18 left on their power play.
Back the other way, backhanded right on goal to Chase Flug, or Base Flug with the save. On shot from William Bangy.
Well, an offensive zone faceoff on the power play for Moorhead. It's a good scoring opportunity.
And shot right on. William Bangy with the shot. Base Flug with got a piece of that one. And now East Grand Forks coming back out to center. This is Panzer. Panzer in, going back in. Shot and a goal. Jace Panzer makes it 7-0.
Another shorthanded goal for Grand Forks.
Wow. Another shorty. And it is 7-0. 6:34 to play here in our second period of play. And moving out, Tyler Gass moving it back in, and now it's picked up by Carvu. Carvu moving it back in. And in the corner, Caribou, and trying to come out with it is number 14, Finn Paulson. Becker Leg is going to move it up here for Carey. Carey's going to bring it back in. Shot on, goes wide of the net. Now it's picked up by Mellibrook. Now Lovejoy. Lovejoy sends it up here to center. And knocked in by the Spuds, but in offside. So thanks for watching our last game of the tournament, our second place game. And the finale here at the Brie Cupoletti Arena for official tournament play in the history of this building. Schmiedeberg moves it ahead. And now it's picked up by Moorhead John Owen. Owen sends it back in here. Schmiedeberg going over on the other side to Freeze. Freeze moving it out to center. Freeze picks it up, and now it's Schmiedeberg over on the other side, sending it back over to Johnson. Johnson with a shot right on, and Hudson Ferry steers that in the corner. Now centering out front. Back to Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg sending it back behind the net to Mason Freeze. Or it's Campbell. And moved ahead by Paulson. Paulson sends it across over to John Owen. And now Schmiedeberg brings it back out to center ice here. And dumps it back in. Now picked up by the Spuds. Becker Leg going out to center. Schmiedeberg intercepts. And moves it back over here to sent in by Gavin Rude. And a shot and a goal! Upper shelf goal from number 48, Nolan Mellibrook, to make it 8-0. His second of the game.
Now, the first period started out pretty hot for Grand Forks, then it kind of slowed down, became a back-and-forth game, but late in the second period here, Grand Forks seems to be running away with the game.
Yeah, they've opened up that huge lead, 8-0 now, and they definitely have things cooking their way here in this game. Mellibrook, as it's picked up here by Coulter. Coulter working around and trying to get to the front of the net. And it's Bangy. Gets it out to center ice and brought here back and picked up here by Chupka. Sends it into Coulter. Coulter behind the net or along the boards there. And it's picked up by Evanstad. Evanstad moving it ahead as held in by Lovejoy. Now Moorhead moves it out with Schauman. Schauman tips it at center. And moved back in by Chandler. Shot on goal. He'll steer it in the corner. Shot down low, number 7. Evanstad had a chance at it. And another big save for Chase on base fluke. Now it's Jack Coulter. Coulter back the other way. Coulter moving in, gets around a D. Coulter shot, rebound. Mellibrook out there, and whistle stoppage of play. Yeah, tough to play 2 games in one day, but East Grand Forks doesn't seem to be affecting them at all here in this game.
No, it doesn't. And even in their earlier game today, East Grand Forks was dominating over the Chisholm-Hibbing Blue Jackets for some time in that game. But Chisholm still managed to come out with a win there.
Picked up by Panzer in the corner. Panzer moving it out. Panzer's shot gets blocked down. Picked up by Chupka. Gets it over to Caribou. I'll fight forward in the corner of the rink. And shot Panzer sent it over the top of the net. Schmiedeberg into the corner. Now it's picked up by Caribou. And the Spuds cutter is going to move it out to center. And this is going to be an icing as it makes it all the way down the end of the rink. I wasn't sure if that was going to make it all the way because late in the second period.
Late in the second, ice is starting to get a little dirty.
That had enough speed to get through. 2:02 left here in the second period of play. East Grand Forks 8 and Moorhead 0. Winner heads to the 2021 Peewee A State Tournament in Monticello, Minnesota next week. And moving out to center ice. Bratrud, and now Moorhead touches it and moves it back in, but it's picked up here by Lovejoy. Sends it back into the Spuds end. Picked up by Paulson. Now it is Brody Johnson. Now the Spuds turn it back the other way. Kwame over on the corner. Kwame was right out front of the net and going to retreat back out to center. Paulson sending it back in to number 13, Seamus Campbell in the corner. Minute 15 left here in the second period of play. And moved around here. Send it back over to Tyler Gast. And shot ends up behind the net. Comes out to center ice. It's picked up by Owen. Owen moving up to Campbell. Campbell fires it in wide. 55 seconds left here in the second period now. Moving it back in is Tucker Lovejoy. Lovejoy now stops. Lovejoy takes a shot on. And now it's back over in the corner. Chupka. Now to Lovejoy. Lovejoy with a shot. It's blocked down. And shot. I'm sorry, that was Mellebrook with it. And just shot.
Right off the crossbar.
Right off the crossbar there. Great chance for Mellebrook. Waiting on the play. Panzer slows down the play so they can get the line back in onside there. As Chupka goes back in here. 8 seconds to go here. Chupka has it at center ice. He'll send it back in over to Mellebrook. Mellebrook to the front of the net and saved by the goaltender Ferry. And after 2 periods of play, it is 8-0 in favor of the East Grand Forks. East Grand Forks getting 4 goals in that second period. Goal coming from number 58, Tucker Lovejoy. And then they got a goal from number 50, Jack Coulter. Goal from number 51, Jace Panzer. And a goal from number 48, Nolan Mellebrook. So,
yeah, the Grand Forks boys really seem to be clicking this period, firing on all cylinders. They dominated the majority of that period.
2 solid periods for East Grand Forks Green Wave. We will take a break and we will be back with third period action coming up here on Up North Hockey. Stay with us. You're watching the 2021 Minnesota Hockey Peewee A North Region Tournament in Virginia, Minnesota.
The Rick Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rick Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The rink also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Evelyn. Check them out today. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram or shop online at ironrange.shop, and good luck to all the players. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey and wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. For all your heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration needs in the Grand Rapids area, call Tony from Anthony's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration at 218-256-1092 or find them on Facebook at Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, LLC. G&B Environmental specializes in proactive air and water filtration services, HVAC coil protection, cottonwood screen insulation for cooling units, UV light air purification systems, and electrostatic disinfectant spraying for COVID-19 and other contagions. Give them a call at 1-800-466-2018 or visit gbenvironmental.com. Winnie Trading Post is your one-stop shop on the way to the lake. Located 12 miles north of Deer River on Highway 46 by Lake Winnebagosh, Winnie Trading Post offers gas, food, bait, propane, and everything in between. Find them on Facebook by searching Winnie Trading Post or stop by on your next trip to the lake.
Okay, we are back here for third period action. East Grand Forks and Moorhead ready to get going here. Third period. The winner of this game advances to the 2021 Minnesota State Peewee A Hockey Tournament in Monticello next weekend, starting on Friday. And sent out here by Moorhead, sent back in by Huteri. Now it's picked up, but in the offside was the Spuds. So as long as there's a 6-goal differential, we will have running time here in the third period of play. Moved up Chupka, moving it back in here. And it's picked up now by Cutter, fires it around the boards, and moving tipped, held in by Lovejoy, comes out. Mellebrook, and it's picked up by Panzer. Panzer moving it back in. Panzer sending across lace as it's moved out here by Campbell. Now back in the other way with Chandler along the boards. Chandler sending it backhand shot coming in from Bangy, and East Grand Forks moves it back into the Moorhead end. Becker leg goes over to Paulson. Paulson will skate it out, going over to Evanstad. Evanstad moving it back in. Now it's picked up by the Green Wave, moving back in as Gavin Rude. Rude sends it up to Panzer. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Kiravu. Picked up now by Rude. Rude sends it back in here, back behind the net. And Moorhead moves it back out here to center ice and back in. In is Tyler Gass with a shot on, and chase on base fluke. Big save there. Sent back in by Hudson Kiravu, and now it's picked up by number 53, Max Beast. Beast moves it to the front of the net and deflected back behind the net by Cutter. Now it's picked up by Paulson. Paulson and sent around to the back then up by Cutter, and it comes out to center ice. Over on the other side, Kwame moving it in. Puck gets taken away here as East Grand Forks turns it back the other way to Chupka. Chupka skating in. Chupka makes a move shot on. Chupka is going to get another chance here, wheeling it around. Chupka's shot and into the corner.
Rung it off the pipe there.
Right off the pipe, yeah. Another one here comes in Lovejoy. Lovejoy along the boards. He goes back to Coulter, and it comes out here with Owen. Owen with a shot right on base fluke. Big save there on the Owen wrister.
Base fluke is still making some pretty big saves after, not having too many shots in that second period.
Yeah, he's a very good goalie. He's made some big saves throughout this tournament. Base fluke and Gavin Lamphere in that first game, hitting Chisholm and East Grand Forks. Both making big saves in that game.
Both played absolutely phenomenal.
And it comes out to center ice. And it's picked up here by Dalton Chandler. Chandler and fired back in by the Spuds. 11:06 to go here in the third period. And penalty coming up here against East Grand Forks. It is Schauman with it, and we get a whistle. Stoppage of play, and brings on that power play for Moorhead.
Guess we'll have to see if Moorhead's power play can generate something here early in this third period.
And this is moved out here by Max Beese. Up along the boards, up to Panzer. And out front, Schmiederberg picks this up. Schmiederberg moves it up to Johnson. Now it's picked up by Jace Panzer. Panzer sends it back into the Spuds end. Skating here, so Brody Johnson now comes out to center ice. It's knocked back in by Panzer. Back in the corner. Brody Johnson. Johnson down low. Fans on the shot. Had a good chance there. As it comes back out to back into the East Grand Forks end. And moved out to Panzer. Panzer moving back in. 1-on-3. Panzer going behind the net here. Waiting as get some help in with Mellebrook. And now Moorhead brings it back out to center. Mellebrook picks it up. Going back to Schmiederud. Or Schmiedeberg, I'm sorry. As Moorhead moving it back in. Campbell. Campbell along the boards and picked up by Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg works it back in here. Shot on! And a save from Hudson Ferry. Nice shot from
East Grand Forks is still generating some pretty good chances on the penalty kill.
Yeah, nice shot in there by Cole Schmiedeberg. Last one. 9:05 and counting in the third period. East Grand Forks 8 and Moorhead 0. Tipped in the corner, Caribou. And now it comes out to center with Evanstad. Moved back in here by Mellebrook. Mellebrook along the boards. Back behind it, Paulson. Paulson moves it out. It doesn't get all the way out here as East Grand Forks holds it in. Chupka sends it back behind the net. It's picked up by Paulson. Paulson going ahead to Bangy. And now sent back in. Chupka. Chupka with it. And now Chupka gets control. It's shot right on. And that went off the crossbar. I think that went off the crossbar.
It very well could have. I didn't really see it down there.
That one was really close as well. As Moorhead moves it out, weighing at the wheel and Baggy. Now it's picked up here by Mellebrook. And now it's moved back in here. Shot gets blocked down off of Paulson. Weston. Mellebrook. And shot! Goal! Upper shelf goal by Jake Chupka. What a rifling shot that was.
East Grand Forks is not done yet.
Nine to 0. Our score 7-15 and counting in our second place game between East Grand Forks and Moorhead. Tip back in by Carey. Sent back in, and it's picked up by Bratrud. And moved ahead by Mason Freeze. Now Gast gets it over on the other side to Carey in offside, where the Spuds.
Six minutes and 40 seconds left in the third period here.
Chupka going back to Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg sends it up to center ice and moved back in by Chupka. Chupka with a shot on and another save for Hudson Ferry.
Even though the score is 9-0, I think Hudson Ferry has had some pretty good saves tonight.
Yeah, he's faced a lot of shots on goal here. It's tipped in front by Panzer sent towards the net, and Ferry holding on to that one. 5:45 now here in the third period of play. And it's B sends in shot. And back behind the net, Johnson. Johnson working out. Johnson had a chance there, and Ferry's going to hold on to that one. We'll have live coverage on MN Hockey TV as we switch roles. Jay Hildebrand and myself will be switching roles and working for MN Hockey TV next weekend, covering the Peewee A State Tournament in Monticello, Minnesota. We're looking forward to that. Should be a fun weekend. Moving out here is Campbell, and it's moved back in by Brady Steffen, but in offside. 4:50 left here in the third period of play. East Grand Forks leading 9-0 over Moorhead. Terry sends it ahead as picked up by Kwame. Kwame sends it back behind the net, picked up in there by Campbell. Now it's picked up by Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg sending it out to center, picked up by Panzer. Panzer moving it back in. Panzer has Johnson with him in the middle of the ice, and it is Owen sending it back into the green wave end. And this is going to be an icing with 4:07 to go here now in our third period. All right. Just want to thank everybody for joining all of our coverage this weekend. We've had a lot of fun here in Virginia. And shot gets sent in by Weston Bradford. I want to give a shout out to the tournament director here Michelle Morrison, director of this region tournament here in Virginia, for all her help and hospitality of herself and her entire team of volunteers and staff that helped out. Congratulations to them on a great tournament. And thank you to Michelle for all her hospitality, and also shout out to the staff here at the Bree Cupoletti Arena, the Miners Memorial Building Complex, for all their help and hospitality this weekend too as well. It's been a pleasure to cover this tournament here in Virginia this weekend. And moving back out here, Beckerlig sending it back in here. Now it's picked up by Mellebrook. Fires it around the boards. Lovejoy gets it out here to center ice, and Mellebrook brings it back in here. Paulson sending it out, and now it's picked up over on the far side. Tip out front. Moorhead bringing it back out, trying to get it in for Shellman, in for Bangi. Centering pass, shot, goal! Tyler Gast, and breaks the shutout. 9-1.
Can't say Moorhead didn't go out swinging. Both teams here have fought hard tonight, and just so happens East Grand Forks comes out with a 8-goal lead.
So Tyler Gast getting that goal for the Spuds. And Schmiedeberg sends it to center, and Gast in, but in offside. 1:33 left here in the third period of play. Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg has it behind the net now. Moves it up here to Johnson. Quickly back in is Gavin Rood. Gavin Rood trying to get over to Johnson, and Moorhead will fire this out right on net. Schmiedeberg will pick this up. Meterud moves it back out here, out to center ice. Schauman's going to retreat back in his own end of the ice to pick this up. 43 seconds left now. Down there is Gavin Rude, and now it comes out to center. Whistle stoppage of play. 30 seconds left now. .22 seconds, going to get one more face-off here. And tipped in by Panzer. 12 seconds left now. Moving Evs. Kerr will bring it back in. He gets hauled down. And whistle coming up. Panzer is going to hang on to this one. And that's going to do it. East Grand Forks is headed to the 2021 Minnesota Hockey Peewee A State Tournament as the second place team out of this region. And what a game, what a tournament for East Grand Forks. This game dominating this hockey game and moving on here in the tournament and heading down to Monticello. Congratulations to Moorhead on a great tournament. Their season unfortunately comes to an end here, but the East Grand Forks got a goal for number 47, Jake Chupka, in that third period. And then Moorhead did break the shutout late in that period. Goal by Tyler Gast. Again, the 2021 Peewee A North Region second place champion is the East Grand Forks Green Wave, and they're heading to Monticello, Minnesota for the 2021 Minnesota Hockey Peewee A State Tournament. So congratulations to the Green Wave, and we'll be seeing them down next weekend in Monticello. So looking forward to that. So we'll have to see if we can get a team picture so we can get it posted on our Facebook pages and Instagram and Twitter as well. As East Grand Forks getting that second place trophy out of this Peewee A North Region tournament. Yeah, good team, very good team in East Grand Forks.
Yeah, East Grand Forks, they really dominated the majority of this game, and they dominated some of the earlier game as well. So they will be a very formidable, I guess, opponent in the state tournament to any team they face.
So again, congratulations to East Grand Forks. They're our second place champion here in Virginia at the 2021 Minnesota Hockey Peewee A regional tournament. And again, we'll be seeing them down in Monticello next weekend for the Peewee A State Tournament. So congratulations again to Hibbing Chisholm, the champion of this tournament, and East Grand Forks, the second place champion here. Both teams again heading down to the state tournament, and that's going to do it for our broadcast this weekend here at this tournament. Thank you again for everybody for watching, all your support and generous donations this weekend as well. For Michael Galley, I'm Randy Catron saying good night from Virginia, Minnesota.